Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Valerie Cardenas, and this is my partner, Stephen Eaton, and together we represent SV Incorporated. SV Incorporated is a company that exists to facilitate or conduct any questions or survey that a company may have about their product. Recently, we were hired by a local television company in development to conduct a survey among the 9th and 12th grade demographic to see if there was any cause and effect relationship between the number of TV hours watched Monday through Friday and whether having a job affected that. Partner and I decided for the best results we wanted to keep the questions as simple as possible to avoid any confusion that there may be. So the first question was, do you have a job? And the students could simply answer yes or no. And the next question was approximately how many TV hours do you watch Monday through Friday? We said hours, and that way students wouldn't have to worry about calculating the exact minutes, and at the same time they wouldn't have to worry about doing, the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes. That way it's just easier to obtain the data, and then we can calculate it easier as well.
I worked at Toys R Us for a while, and I would never watch TV on the floor. But when I went into the lunchroom, when I took my break, that's approximately half an hour. Now for me, that was probably 80% of my TV watching. But I would just sit and watch the TV since there wasn't much else to do. It gives us a little bit of insight as to why there might be a number that big, a percentage that big. And it's also reflected in the numbers that that particular study had.
This is right that athletes do tend to drink more water, therefore they use the bathroom more frequently than non-athletes. And that on average, the students who did drink water use the bathroom 4 to 5 times more than the students who don't drink water that only go to the bathroom 3 to 5 times.
The axis.
Okay, the x-axis is how many times the people went to the bathroom every day, as they told us truthfully.
Right.
And the y-axis indicates how many people said that amount. So, for example, the people that said they went to the bathroom between about 0 and 2 times a day was 3 of the athletes who did drink water every day.
Right. Over on the right, they did not. These are athletes that did not drink water. It looks to me like
males, young people, ate more fast food than women. I believe it was about the same as the exercise, but opposite. So they found that 1 in 3 young men ate fast food, and 1 in 5 women ate fast food.
What we did was we went into the classrooms and counted out the students, and then we also used that same calculator function, random number generator, to randomly select 5 students out of each classroom and give them the survey, and then we collected it, and we did that for 5 classes, and we had 25 surveys each of us, so that led to 20 classrooms being surveyed, and that's where we got our data from.
The amount of television has increased over the last 5 years by 40 minutes. This survey that was done was over 12 to 14-year-old students, and there's about 2,000 of them, and it was a simple random sample. So they randomly selected them, and they made phone calls to them and asked them their personal opinions on how much TV they watch, what kind of shows they watch, and whether they believe in being sexually active and whether birth control should be present during that.
Method, what we did was we took all the classrooms and we broke them down into different departments such as math, English, social studies, science, and electives. And from there we took 2 classrooms from each department, and we went in and we surveyed all the junior and senior girls, and from that we compared their beliefs.
Were how many people do you know in the military, and do you consider yourself Republican? Our predicted outcome, we predicted that people that were identifying themselves as Republican would know more people in the military, seeing as Republicans are behind more military spending, and non-Republicans would know less people in the military.
The data we found does not necessarily mean that our students at our school lack a sense of pride for our nation, but instead it is about the fear of sending out a son or daughter or family member and not having them come home. It is not about our country's necessity to be abroad, to be fighting a war, but instead the worry that fills mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters daily. It is not about personal issues, whether a Democrat or Republican is right or wrong, but instead about a child fighting a war. What perhaps this is all about is not what we had originally thought. This is about sending loved ones away to fight. Thank you so much.